philosophy already, you know, with the music videos first and they house, you know, because remember that was what we used to watch, the music videos and stuff, and we'll see all the, you know, they got all the girls, money, bling bling. That's how it used to be back in my day, was the bling bling, Cash Bunnies and all that. Like y'all talking about Lil Wayne, Hot Boy Turk, all them niggas and shit. But why not promote, like I said, like you got Israelites that created actual high level music, you know, Baroque music and all of that, and different genres of music that exclude having to deal with killing somebody and robbing somebody. You know what I mean?
Another thing, Ja Morant is a franchise player. You know, the owners got a lot invested in him.
Yep.
If they lose him,
let that go.
they're gonna lose a lot of money because he the reason why, you know, the seats are filling up with fans because his athleticism.
Yep. I got a precept.
Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, this is a real quick precept. This is the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13, verse 19. As a wild ox or ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor.
Rich eat up the poor. See, Amalek, he sit back in those smoke-filled rooms and design plans and scripts. So when Jake come into those music labels, they already got a script for you to play. And 9 times out of 10, it's the more wickedness. So you can come in there speaking about your whole persona can be about one thing, but they already got a pre-prescribed script on how they want you to speak and talk.
Yep, they got
you go in there straight like Lil Nas X going there straight, man. Then 3 months later, now he gay.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the rich prey on the poor. Because they know we here dwelling in squalor. And we, you know, Jake is a peculiar people. We got
under
talent.
the curses.
Yeah, exactly. Jake is a peculiar people. You know, we talented. And he prey on us when we go into those offices. Since he know we don't have any money, so he give us a 360 deal. That's bullshit. He just present us with a whole bunch of money that we never had before. We think it's a lot, but the whole time it's only to pressure.
Yeah. That's all Jake think about, man. He only think about the money. He not think about, you know, what you doing to get that money. Because he saw him giving it to you for free. You got to pay all that back and then some.
Yep.
So
yeah, they ain't just
So
gonna
you're
give you that bread.
So you're not only in debt, you know, you're spiritually sick too.
Well, you got to fulfill your contract.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to fulfill your contract. I mean, you have to produce an album or records. And if you don't, then they can sue you. But if you just produce a bad album, I mean, they can't sue you. Unless they kind of say, you know, you purposely did it and try to hurt the company. You have to prove that. Esau he supports the rap music more than so-called black Latinos do anyway. They buy the albums, so they're getting affected by it too. Yeah, but in less numbers, you could say they won't like emulate the shit. But since it's Jacob's under the curse, they'll emulate more of the bullshit than Edomite will do it.
Yeah, you know? That'd be true though too, because like when I be going like to play basketball or something like that, every time I hear like a bunch of rap music played, I be seeing these Edomites, man, that be at the courts. They be blasting that, man, with the speakers and shit.
It's just entertainment though.
Yeah.
But to us, a lot of Jake, you know, like the elder said, is under the curses. 9 times out of 10 is they coming out from fatherless homes. So the music is influential to our children because we don't have no positive men to look up to. So they resort to, you know, listening to drill music. Now all the little kids running around here talking about switches. Switch this, switch that, and making Instagram videos and mocking, you know, the people that they killed. They put it in the rap music. It's just total poison. I was around when rap music first started, so I know how influential it is to Jake. When hip hop first started, it was all about it. It was an art, a form of art. You know, you had the rappers, you had beatbox, you had DJs, and you even had break dancers and pop lockers. You know, it was a form of art. Now it's
so go get one for your brother too.
We out here to warn our people, you know, not to let that overtake your spirit. It's going to lead you to destruction. So you got to push that.
Yeah. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, and I'll start at 11. It says, "Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, this is Solomon, right? And on the labor that I had labored to do, and behold, all was vanished. It says, and on the labor that I had labored to do, and behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit.
All is vanity and vexation of spirit. Because you're not laying up your treasures in heaven with moth and rust doeth not corrupt. It's all vain. So you can accumulate trillions of dollars here. If it is not righteous, not gathered righteously, it's all vain. Because it's not going to count for nothing when Yahweh shall return and gather together his elect. You know, you're not going to be able to cash that chariot, you know, from your ill doings here. You know?
Yeah, you see that? Talk about a chair, he almost grabbed that squirrel up.
Eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, you seen that? Just rolled by. Yeah. He almost grabbed
Yeah,
that squirrel. That squirrel lucky he better run off. He
Scary as
almost
hell.
got scooped up. He got it. You know what I mean? Yeah, he lucky.
You don't really see that many
It
eagles
wasn't his
around
time yet. Bigger Esau. Watch out for him. Anyway, it says there was no prophet under the sun.
That's spiritual. Because they say as birds flying,
Yeah.
so show the Lord
That's
deliver the
how
Lord. And I said you can't cash that chariot.
Yeah, that's right up.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, so yeah, you like right there, that shit go right by you. You know what I mean? There's some fear on you. And it says, and I turned myself to behold wisdom and madness and folly. For what can a man do that cometh after the king? Even that which had been already done. Then I saw that wisdom excelleth folly, as far as far light excelleth darkness.
What is speak about wisdom is a principal thing?
Yeah, it's a cheap thing. So with all like get understanding.
Wisdom is the principal thing.
Yeah.
So we already
It's like
attain wisdom. Not wealth. Wisdom.
Yeah, that excelleth the folly, man, the wickedness and such, you know. So, like us right now, we can't be looking at ourselves as if we're like fucking idiots. We're doing what we're doing. This actually excelleth the folly of being in the world and such. You know, this is our life. You know, this is our vocation. You know, I'm not supposed to be sitting in shame because I'm not out there banging, gang banging, or you know, committing adultery. You know, pursuing, like you say, the mammon of the world and such, the pursuit of love of money and such. You know, instead, you know, I actually go and pursuing Yahweh Shai. Really, Yahweh Shai, he draw, you know, me and us brothers, you know, to him. You know, obviously having the Father, you know, and then we, of course, repent. You know, we, of course, are deeply sorrowful.
Yep.
We have regret. You know, we want that forgiveness for the various sins we committed. It's the water to Yahweh Shai that we have, you know, for him, you know, of course, giving that sacrifice. Yahweh Shai giving that sacrifice for us as Israelites, the nation of Israel. You know, we don't have to be, you know, dying in our sins as many of these Jake are going to do. They're going to die in their sins. 2/3 of the nation of Israel are going to die in their sins, pursuing rap music, pursuing the next bitch, you know what I mean? Being the next top bitch, you know, boss bitch and all of that. You know, no. Pursue Yahweh Shai, you'll be a aristocrat or best rule in the kingdom. And that the Lord already ordained that, you know, but hey, you gotta be elect. You gotta be predestined. But he ain't, like I say, hey, many are called, few are chosen. Lord willing, we be the chosen, you know?
They thinking that's because they can go buy Balenciaga,
Yeah,
Polo, and all those other kind of expensive clothes that their garments are clean.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. And it says, the wise man's eyes are in his head, but
The wise man's eyes are in his spirit.
But the fool walketh in darkness.
We are not of the darkness. We are the light. We children of the light. We don't walk in darkness. But
It says, and I myself perceived also that one event happened to them all. Yeah, man, like one, hey, like I say, you could be, like I say, we can even watch the, it's like in the tripod. Yeah, we could be, like I say, we could be out here and still die and get shot. Remember, this place is the valley of shadow of death. Death is also, it's transitory all around us and such. I can still die, just like another Jake that's doing vanity and such can die, you know? Like that's just the condition of being in these, you know, in this flesh, being in these chains of darkness, and being in Shawan, hell, you know. I could get, like I say, Lord willing, I don't get caught up in the belief and these idol worship that comes with, you know, if you really, like I say, if you're really in the world, you worshiping various idols and such, indirectly or directly and such, you know. Thankfully, the Lord gave us His eyesight that we can see, and that we're not in that darkness and ignorance and walking around all foolish and stuff, you know. Because on a Saturday, like I say, what, Jacob be probably competing or something, you know what I mean? Like, he's doing anything and everything else which will profit to nothing. We at the end got blanks, collapsing of banks and such, you know, going on. You know, the system, they just trying to continue to prop it up, even though it's already doomed and failure. You got the doomsday clock itself telling it's like right there about to be to midnight, to destruction.
A half hour to midnight.
Like, come on, I think it's even worse. It's like seconds.
Yeah,
You gotta see it. We gotta look at the current doomsday clock and stuff. Esau knows his time is up and he's ready for the nuclear war. Nuclear war with Russia is imminent. You got BRICS nation. You got more lesser nations joining the BRICS. You know, the conglomerate of nations known as right now BRICS. But you got obviously Brazil. You got Russia. You got India. You got China and South Africa, right? And then you got different like even EU. I think even they got like even I think Turkey might want to be in BRICS.
Yeah, Mexico just applied.
Yeah, Mexico, Venezuela. Different nations that have like these natural resources and stuff, but they're gonna come together ultimately to grow, to build, to circumvent, like I say, the whole system. But the whole system itself is the failure anyway, you know. But many of the nations, like I said, they trying to get around Esau, you know. But this place is doomed, as the scripture say, Babylon ain't gonna be healed. All right. It got as the brother what he had in the brother had in that precept, what it said that the injuries it had in the Jeremiah, like, what it had said in the definition.
Yeah, I just wanted to come.
We would have healed Babylon, but it's not healed.
Oh, I put on 15 copies.
Hold up, let me get the definition, because I never
Oh, yeah, y'all ain't got a copy of that.
got that actual
So,
that was amazing.
collecting
like,
today, right?
Yeah, I'm collecting. You got a copy for this, brother?
We would have healed
Yeah,
Babylon, Jeremiah 51:9. We would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed. Right. Now, like I said, going back to that, because I think that's an amazing point.
What you got
Where it
down?
said that Babylon has national defects or hurts. That is is incredible. Because remember, all of these nations, they gotta sell to this damn place. You know? And the system is interconnected. You know? So even regardless if you know, they try to go around it, they still gotta deal with the Fed, these central banks. They still gotta deal with the Rothschilds, the elite bankers. They can't get around it. Right?
Hold on, sir.
This place is over, and they can't deal with Yakalba Page putting a boundary on their rules. So hey, it's over, man. Yeah.
Gets the rocks 25 and 7.
No. Double shalom.
Yeah, you want that one?
This is the book of Sirach 25 verse 7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
The 9 things that the Lord judged to be happy in his heart, the 10th he will utter with his tongue.
What's it?
The man that lives to see the fall of his enemy is a joyous feeling. And right now we feeling joyful when we see, you know, the banks collapsing, you know, the people in fucked up conditions, you know, in irreversible debt. That's the fall of our enemy. You know, that means that the Lord is on his way back. The place is in a rightful position, and we gonna sing a lot upon our bids. So, you know, we happy right now. While everybody else, the windows are darkened. The mirth is gone. You know, they threw out here. Go to Zephaniah 1, I think it's 1 and 10.
Yeah. Zephaniah chapter 1. What you talking about with the crime crash with the hills?
Yeah, that's Zephaniah 1 verse 10.
Yep. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 and 10. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord.
This shall come to pass in that day, so that's a future prophecy. Go ahead.
Oh, it says that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate.
A noise of the cry from the fish gate. So when those banks collapsed last week, that was a noise from the merchants. That was a cry, a howl. You know, people was going to the bank and couldn't get their money. That's a noise from the fish gate. Go ahead.
And it says, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills.
A great crashing from the hills. The hills are smaller governments. A great crashing from the hills.
Look up crashing.
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 All right.
So this place is howling. You know, this place is going through agony right now. Yep. It's insecure. People are insecure in their financial situations. Yep. A lot of people getting laid off from their employment.
Shabar is like destruction. Yeah. Shabar. Yeah. So the Hebrew word for crashing is going into shabar, which goes into a breaking or fracture.
The banking system is broken. It's fractured.
Ruin, shattering. Also a breach.
And the dollar is used, you know, this is the #1 currency in the whole world. Yep. And it's crashing. Yep. And people trying to escape out of it. That's what the brother was just speaking about.
Country?
Yeah, Mexico joining the BRICS.
Oh yeah, yeah.
People trying to get away from the dollar because they see, you know, that it's crashing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Go ahead.
It also goes into to be maimed or to be crippled. To break down or to rend violently, and it says to wreck, crush, or quench. Right? Yeah. So going back to Zephaniah 1 and 10, which it reads in the fish gate, right? Yeah. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord Yahweh, that there shall be a noise of the cry from the fish gate. You know, obviously the fish gate goes into like the markets and such.
Merchants.
Yeah. Trade.
When you go to Revelation, the 18th chapter, I think it's like the 3rd verse. Might get that real quick.
Revelation what?
18:3.
Revelation 18:3. Revelation 18:3. Right. It reads. It's like it's right there. It says, for that all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants.
This is one of the places where all the nations of the world come here to do commerce, sell their merchandise. Go ahead.
Yep, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Yep, the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Yep.
Go ahead, jump back to just Zephaniah.
Yep. So going back to Zephaniah chapter 1 and 10, 11 now, it says, how ye inhabitants of Maktesh.
How ye inhabitants of Maktesh.
Look up Maktesh.
Yeah. And Babylon is Maktesh. Yep. A great merchant city. A place where people come to do commerce and business. One of the greatest merchant cities in our time right now. Yep. That's Maktesh. How ye inhabitants of Maktesh.
Yep.
Now, when you look it up, it tells you that it might be a place in Jerusalem or Israel. It's not talking about in Jerusalem or around Israel. There's no place in Jerusalem called Maktesh or in Israel called Maktesh. Now, you have a modern Maktesh, which is created in the 50s. All right, so it's probably going to say like Israel.
I looked up and it says it's somewhere in the Sinai Peninsula. So that's somewhere around Egypt.
Well, it's around. It's in the desert, in the Negev desert, below Des Moines, where the American Israelites at. It's below that. But go ahead.
So you got from Maktesh in the Hebrew, which is Ma-Kathash, which means a mortar or a deep hollow.
A deep hollow. All right? It's deep hollow because when America's destroyed, as you read down the chapter, it's going to tell you pretty much America's going to be destroyed. The day the Lord is darkness and not light and all that. It's not talking about back then. It's talking about right now. All right. So hollow, mortar hollow. All right, because America's going to be made hollow, burnt. It's going to be burnt to nothing. It's going to be emptied out. I believe it's the scripture where it says that should become a plain or something like that.
Yeah.
emptied out. I'm sure there's another scriptures on that. You know, that America's going to become a hollow. So we burnt the hell up. All the works of America is going to be done away with. We turn to sand and dust and smoke. Some of the smoke will be, well, some of the matter is going to be converted to the heat energy, smoke, dust. So it's going to be basically big sand pits here. All right. And then after the fire, when the fire goes out, it's going to be like sand pits. That's when animals are going to come. The Lord is going to set animals down here after the fire goes out, after a certain time period of burning. All right. But yeah, America's going to become a hollow. All right. Burning pitch. It's a few. You ain't got to get every single one. Just a few.
I'm going to get Isaiah 13. This book of Isaiah, chapter 13, real quick.
Made a hollow. Maktesh.
Isaiah chapter 13, and it says, all right, I can start here at 5. It says, let's just go into the missiles and such. It says, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. And it says, how ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
Yeah, and when they say they come from a far country, meaning those missiles is coming from a far country, from across the waters.
Yep.
That's going to destroy this place.
And I'm gonna go to verse 9. It says, Isaiah 13:9, it says, behold, the day of Yahweh cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof.
That's the purpose of this place being destroyed, because of the sinners that's here. Everything that can happen that's abominable is happening here in Babylon. And the remedy for that is ICBM, nuclear destruction, the fire that's going to cleanse this place and destroy it at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah, because the word Maktesh means a hollow, a deep, like a cavern, or a hollow. So it's a spot in the Negev desert that the little hat's named Maktesh, because it's like a hollow, and that hollow was created by erosion. All right, but that's it wasn't called Maktesh, 5,000 years ago. That's something that, but the Hebrew word, it just means like a hollow, like a pit. And that's what America's going to be made into, made of like a pit or hollow.
Of course, you had, your merchant cities back then.
Right, yeah.
But it is a future prophecy. Remember, America is looked at as the beacon of the world.
A lot of the markets is coming upon the way America does business.
Yep. Precepts? Go ahead.
Revelations chapter 20, verse 10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire
And brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are. Yeah, the lake of fire is here in Babylon. The devil was Sleazy Esau Edom. Those missiles were created to destroy young men, also to people.
All right, we look up Lord Lake. I believe Ariam wanted to a lake mean like a pit.
We went into it last week.
Oh yeah.
We went into it last week.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
That's how we came to that same conclusion.
Yeah.
Because we were breaking down how, like, if you actually were to be elevated, you would look down and you would see it. It would literally look like a lake, and then the fire gonna be.
So America's gonna be filled. The pit's gonna be filled up with fire, or the hollow is gonna be filled up with fire. Maktesh.
where the beast and the false prophets are.
Start over. Quote scripture.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever.
Yeah, well, Esau going into slavery, so he is going to be tormented day and night. All right, don't mean your spirit gonna be burning forever and never and never and never and ever. That's one of the scriptures that try to use and say if you do bad stuff, bad things, you're gonna go to hell and burn forever and ever. I said the beast. All right, they're gonna be tormented for a long period of time. All right, starting with the Edomites. All right, and then you got the other nations after. The Edomites gonna have it the worst. That's it.
Go back to Zephaniah.
Okay.
That's something.
This book of Revelation 21 verse 8, it says, but the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
That's going to be the fuel for the fire. 2/3 of Israel and the wicked are the other nations, because the other nations are here too. You got Elam here, you got Moab here, you got all the nations who came here, to wax themselves rich here. So when the missiles come, they're going to be the fuel for the fire.
Yep. Precept if you want, but if you want this.
Well, you can bring it up.
Alright, this the book of Revelation chapter 15. It started at 1, point at 2. It says, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of the power. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire.
Because the elect is going to be in the chariots looking down at the lake of fire, which is Babylon. It's going to look like a sea of glass. But
and it says, in them that have gotten the victory over the beast.
Yeah, the elect is the only ones who going to get the victory over the beast. Only the elect is going to make it through the fire, get the victory. Go ahead.
It says, in them that have gotten the victory over the beast.
It's a beautiful thing. Go ahead.
And over his image.
Yeah, we gonna be persevering through all. His philosophies, his wine, all those things that he used to corrupt us. We persevered through it all, and we didn't get deceived by it, so we got the victory.
Yeah, like the drug, the shot.
Right.
It's part of their regulations. You can't work or you can't be in a certain place if you don't get the drug.
Yeah, that's part of his image. And they're starting to bring back the masks, by the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was at a location last night. No, 2 nights ago. This bitch gonna tell me, sir, you need a mask. Now the other day, I was in there just fine. Nobody was wearing no mask. Ain't nobody saying shit. And I even asked, you gotta wear masks here? No. A week passed since the last time that I was there, but the day before they weren't enforcing it. The next day, they were enforcing it.
Yeah. Where is this?
Well,
What city?
New Jersey?
It's in New Jersey. It's in New Jersey.
Okay.
It's in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Brothers know I'm on the road. I'm independent contractor, but yeah, I mean it was like for like retired folks, senior citizen residents. Yeah.
Go wear it in there.
Yeah. There ain't none of them motherfuckers wearing it though. That's the thing. The receptionist ain't wearing it. She telling me to wear it. The seniors in there not wearing it. But then again, wearing a mask might fucking kill them.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
Right?
because they probably got all types of issues. You know what I mean?
STDs and shit too.
But anyway.
It says, over his mark.
Over his mark, the charagma, the C hip, and him to O to the T to the B. We got the victory over that. So no matter what they try to do to us, we didn't succumb to his fucking. Take the implant. We got the victory. Go ahead.
And over the number of his name, stand on a sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High.
Stand on the sea of glass. And that's the victory.
No, I was gonna say the ultimate thing that we're gonna overcome is that hour of temptation. That's the ultimate thing. You can't go into that prophecy, and not talk about the seed. Because that's the main thing that the elect are gonna overcome. All right? Not gonna be just a jab. It's gonna be conformed to be a part of the system, or else.
And the elect are going to rather choose Yakalba Page and therefore overcome. Alright, that's not our temptation. That's going to be
our darkest hour, so to speak. You know, because we're gonna be totally exposed to all elements, everything, right? We're gonna be shut out the system.
The men of the Lord gonna be shut out the system, but the Lord's still gonna sustain us. That's gonna be the main thing gonna have to overcome. Certain brothers got kids, they got a wife or